Wow, Stanford beating USC 42-20. 5 minutes left in the game. USC sucks. That's all it is. I mean, look, I know many people aren't watching this game, so I'm gonna break it down for you. Run defense for USC, awful. Worst run defense I've seen all day. Pretty much. I mean, just terrible, terrible tackling. Honestly, I don't know what it is with run defense today. First it was Ohio State. Next it was Missouri and Texas. And now it's USC. I mean, the run defense trap, you can call it. What is this, man? Do teams not know how to tackle anymore? I mean, good Lord. What is it with run defense, man? It just, oh, God, man. I mean, four pretty good teams have looked awful run defense today. 4 top 15 teams, I think, right? Oh, well, I said Missouri, but whatever. I mean, point is, look, jeez. I mean, look, USC, their pass defense wasn't that good either, and neither was their pass rush. I was super disappointed in their pass rush. I thought they'd be getting pressure all day. I thought that was one of their elite spots. Wrong. Yeah. The only positives I can take from USC this game is they ran the ball pretty good, and they have a pretty good offensive line, especially for pass protection. That's it. I can't, like, the passing game, I mean, he got his protection, but when he was actually throwing the ball to receivers, he sucked. And Stanford, they're not even playing that good this game. They're dropping passes all over the place. Is Stanford they lost by 3 scores to a 4-6 Kansas State team last year. Don't tell me Kansas State is improved now. I know they're not. So they might be improved a little bit, but geez. Utah also lost to BYU. Which, how can you lose to BYU? That still questions me. I mean, look, the Pac-12 favorites. The Pac-12 had such a good day, and now the Pac-12 favorites are losing by 25 now. Oh, shoot, I jinxed it. Losing by 22 to a team that's projected to win 3 games. Their kicker got ejected from this game from targeting. I mean, everything. Clay Helton, is this Clay Helton's fault? I think this is Clay Helton's fault. This team is a lot more talented than they're playing like right now. If I was a USC fan, man, I'd be heated. I would be heated right now if the way they're playing. Kansas State beat an FCS team by 8, and Stanford lost to that team by 17. That's all I got to say. Oregon, the Pac-12 is yours. You got nothing else to lose. Oregon is the best run game in the Pac-12, and USC might as well have the worst run defense. Hell, USC's not going to get to the Pac-12 title game. UCLA probably will. Maybe, well, yeah, I wouldn't say Utah. They just lost to BYU, but I was going to say an Oregon US, because they already play in the regular season, so Oregon UCLA, I guess, for the Pac-12 title in a rematch. Who knows, man? All I know is that this USC team is overrated. They looked pretty good against San Jose State last week. They went 7-0, beat a defending conference champion, and I was like, okay, this team is pretty good. A lot better than Oregon, and then, of course, stuff hits, and now they're doing awful. I mean, this game's embarrassing. A lot of penalties for USC today, too, especially pass interference. I mean, that's just... Jeez. Let's look at the yard totals. Stanford is a little bit more yards, a lot more pass yards. USC is more rush yards, 7.4 yards per play for Stanford. Tanner McKee, he's the future for Stanford. Now, listen, is Stanford going to be a great team? No, I said they'd beat somebody they're not supposed to, and it looks like they're beating USC. And I think they still beat Notre Dame in the last game of the year. Notre Dame will go 10-2 and lose to Stanford. I stand by that. Now let's look at the rest of the schedule for Stanford. Let's look at it for Stanford. And let's look at the rest of the schedule for USC. Let's see maybe if we can get their records right a little bit, because now another question is Stanford really 22 points better than USC? I mean, they sure might be. Vanderbilt, that's a win for Stanford. UCLA, I say loss. Oregon, loss. Arizona State, I'm going to say win. Washington State, that's a win. Washington, that's a win. Washington's terrible. They're looking terrible right now. Utah, that's a win. Oregon State, okay, so they'll go 10-2 maybe this year. Maybe 9-3. I'll take that back. They'll go 9-3. They'll lose to somebody they're not supposed to. They'll go 9-3. As for USC, I think they lose 4 more games. Maybe 4. They might lose to Colorado. I think they lose to Notre Dame. I think they lose to Arizona State, UCLA. 7-5, that seems like something like that, man. This is absolutely terrible, man. Pathetic. Stanford's coming back. Look, David Charles got that team on the right track. I think Stanford can come back. A great team for the future. Can't wait to see the Pac-12 this year, man. I think a playoff team gets in. I think Oregon wins the Pac-12. UCLA will get there. I think they'll make the playoffs this year. And another... Jeez. A lot of big hits this game, too. Looks like Pac-12's got some hit power, especially Stanford. It just felt like UCLA didn't care, man. This is what they do every year. They're the Pac-12 favorites. And now they're about to lose 4 to 5 games. I mean, good Lord. Same thing as 2012 when they were the preseason #1 ranked team. And don't worry, I trashed USC in the other video I made about the Week 2 recap. But good Lord, the score is 21-10 in that game. It's 42-20 now. This is just crazy. And the sad thing is not many people are going to see this because it's 2:05 in Eastern Time, 1:05 Central Time, and I think 10:05 West Coast Time. But not many people are watching this game right now, I can tell you that. The people who did, you know what's going on. You know why USC is getting killed, man. Whew. Who do you think win the Pac-12 this year? Because it seems like Washington and Oregon are both frauds. Washington and USC are both frauds. I feel like UCLA is taking over the world. It's now going to be the dark horse for the playoffs. I'm going to go to bed soon. I mean, jeez, man. Kean Slovis having a bad game. I mean, this is just crazy, man. If this game was played tomorrow, would USC lose by 22? I mean, Lord, man, they just might, man. They just might. Playing like this. Playing like this, they just might. Oh, jeez. Trojan's going to have a long year playing like this. There was bad losses today, but there was nothing compared to this. Oh, shoot. Forgot about the Texas-Arkansas game, but that's a little bit different, man. I mean, jeez. At least that's a non-con game. This is going to count against USC. That was out. I mean, jeez. Well, I mean, that's all I really got to say. Other than that, peace and go dogs.